A lot of y'all don't realize, but this video, this message is bigger than me. It's bigger than my son. It's bigger than my baby daddy. If I didn't care about the younger generation and I didn't care about the youth and I didn't want them to be better, I definitely would keep it to myself. Posting this was not easy for me, to say the least, but it was very liberating. I feel so much better now that I'm able to get that off of my chest. I've suffered from severe depression since I was 6 years old. I started getting S-word thoughts at around maybe like 6 or 7, and I started to execute those thoughts at 12 years old. I felt alone and I felt unloved by my family and by my parents. While I was coming up in high school, there were so many teen moms, and these teen moms would glamorize parenthood. You see them with Jordans on their kids and all these cute little pictures and all these posts about how they love their kids so much and it's their world and how much unconditional love their kids give them. I wanted that for myself. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be cared about. I wanted to love somebody. And so I went and had a baby. I wanted a baby. That's that. I only ever planned for having a baby. I didn't plan on that baby growing up and going to elementary school or going to college and being an adult. I did not even plan for any of that because I was a stupid little girl. I wasn't thinking logically. I was thinking with my emotions. And so I had that baby. And my pregnancy was rough. And God tested me throughout his life. First lesson I learned was that you cannot choose the gender of a baby. I expected to have a daughter, and guess what? I had a son. Second lesson that I learned is that they eventually grow up. They do not stay babies forever. Third lesson that I learned is that you really don't know what your kid's gonna be, what they're gonna like. You can't have plans for them. I never planned on having an autistic son. I never planned on, I thought I was gonna have me a little basketball player once I found out I had a boy, and that wasn't the case. And honestly, that's okay. And then the last thing that I learned is that no matter what, his dad is not going anywhere. I could have somebody adopt my son right now, but guess what? When he goes to the doctor and they ask for family health history on his dad's side, I'm going to be talking about his biological father. Any milestone that my son takes, he has to be there. He doesn't go away. Even if it's for a while, he will come back up at some point in time, him and his family. I love the youth and I care about them. And I just don't want them to make the same mistakes that I made, because it's not fair to me, it's not fair to my son, and it's not fair to his dad either. I want people to stop over glamorizing motherhood and tell the truth. Stop lying to these young girls and making it seem like it's something that it's not. Motherhood has its ups and downs, and that's okay, but don't.
So, one thing I can say about this young lady here is that I respect her honesty. I covered a video on her probably a couple weeks ago, I believe, in reference to why she doesn't even want to be around her son because she doesn't like the father of the child, and all this back and forth. They can't get it together in terms of co-parenting and all these things, and she doesn't even want her son around. But she said some things that are very alarming that I feel goes on in our community, and it's a perpetuating cycle that she talks about, and that is, you know, the mental health issue she was having as a young girl, going and not feeling like she's being loved enough, which goes back to the things I talk about, you know, in terms of parenting. You have to be aware and talk to your children and affirm your children and put love and impute these things into your child to make sure that they understand and they're not looking for outside attention and stimuli to make them feel a certain way. So she just hinted at it and actually opened my mind to something else in terms of a lot of these girls who are single mothers, other than it being a rite of passage as a young black woman to become a single mother before you're married. But just the fact that some women feel like they're not loved and the only way to be loved is to have a child, which I've heard this before, but the way she explained it was, I wasn't getting any love, so I want somebody to love me. So I figured I would have a child. I don't care about the repercussions. I don't even want to say the repercussions, but what comes with it, i.e. diapers, you know, the cost, the financial burden, the time, how you have to put your life on hold, and the fact that you guys will see the videos. She acts like she can't even stand her son. she complains about her child. You know, even she said it on this video, like the things I have to deal with in terms of this child, and you know, I never have time to myself. The time I do have, it's not worth it, and I didn't get to choose the gender. See, it's a fairy tale when it comes to these children, you know, especially if you have a parent in your life. Well, my mama just watched my kids. My grandmother raised me, so my mother watched my child, and that's the way it goes. There's a saying that for women, as long as you got somebody to take care of your children, you're going to keep having children. If you ever get to the point where there's no one to take care of your children, then you probably think twice about somebody shooting the club up or you laying it down with somebody. You know, but as long as there's somebody there, you know, why would I? You know, I'm going to keep doing my thing. And in the case of this, you're going to learn the hard way. It's almost I think in our community, it's almost expected that you're going to be a single mother. You're fine with it, and you just want to use the man for his seed, which is what this video is about, fellas. Many women, and I have this conversation, they're not on birth control. They don't want to use protection, and a lot of you dudes, you don't care if she's like, don't cover it up. Don't put the hat on. You guys aren't going to put the hat on, and you just going to go for what you know, and then end up with a headache in terms of having a child with a woman that really doesn't want to be with you. She just used you for your seed. And this is what you guys need to be aware of. You may be in love with her, but she's not in love with you. It's just what it is. Women, regardless of their sexual preference, whether they're dyke, stud, whatever, they want children. For the most part, they want children. And as a man, you're only viewed as he can provide the seed. Anything else that comes after this, I really don't care. I don't have a problem taking him to court either about it. You know what I mean? And you'll be sitting up there looking foolish, thinking it's all good. You thinking you're having a good time in the sack. You know, everything is lovely. You know, it's awesome. And you guys are bonding. Next thing you know, she don't want to talk to you no more. Hey, I'm pregnant. This is what's going to happen. She's telling you what's going to happen. Not you, not the other way around. She's telling you what's going to happen. And then you go through this whole toxic period, and she just either moves on or get with a stud after you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. And you're like, man, these bitches ain't shit. How could she do this to me? I shot the club up. I thought we were going to be together forever. Man, listen. Some women, a lot of women need work. A lot of women need therapy. And women, especially like her, says it all. And a lot of you guys are knocking up women like this and wondering why you're ending up in terrible situations that you can't really get out of. You wish you could, but you can't. You know, it sucks. But unfortunately, you guys just smarten up, fellas, man. You know, if you're going to have kids, get married first or be financially stable and have an attorney on deck if you want to have kids, or an agreement in place with a woman. And, you know, you're able to do that, you know, legally, and have, you know, those protections in place. Because other than that, man, you're going to go through some heartbreak and some BS, and you're dealing with some stuff like this. It's all self-gratification for some women. You even heard her say, basketball, is this where the black community's mind is at? If I have a son, he's going to play basketball or football. Is that what it... Bruh, anyway, man, I'm done talking. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. Helps us support the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. With that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah.
50 Cent.
50. Part 2.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Can't forget Tony.
50.